Let me ask you a simple question. How many thoughts do you think you have in a single day? Most people guess a few hundred. Some guess a few thousand. The real number is closer to 60,000 thoughts per day. And here's the part most people never realize. The majority of those thoughts are the same ones you had yesterday. Same worries, same doubts, same inner conversations. And yet, we expect life to change. In this video, we're going to explore something deeply important. Not motivation, not positive thinking, but how thoughts actually gain power and quietly shape your emotions, behavior, and life direction. This is Chapter 2 of our journey. Welcome back to MindShift. Most people treat thoughts like background noise, something that just happens. But psychology tells us something very different. Thoughts are not harmless. They are instructions. Every thought sends a signal to your nervous system about safety, about danger, about possibility, about limitation. Your body reacts before you even act. So when someone repeatedly thinks, "I'm not good enough," their body doesn't wait for proof. It responds immediately with tension, hesitation, and anxiety. Thoughts don't stay in the mind. They move into the body. Here's something important to understand. Your brain does not evaluate thoughts based on truth. It evaluates them based on repetition and emotion. If a thought is repeated often enough, the brain treats it as important. If a thought carries emotional weight, the brain wires it faster. That's why a single negative comment can stay in your mind for years, while dozens of compliments disappear. Your brain is designed for survival, not happiness. And survival depends on remembering threats. A thought becomes powerful in 3 steps. Step 1, repetition. You think it again and again. Step 2, emotion. The thought triggers fear, stress, or insecurity. Step 3, conditioning. Your nervous system learns this pattern. At that point, the thought no longer feels optional. It feels automatic. This is how overthinking is born. Not because you chose it, but because your mind learned it. Most people believe they control their thoughts. But notice this. Have you ever tried to stop a thought and found it becoming stronger? That's because force doesn't work on the mind. Resistance adds attention, and attention feeds thoughts. This is why just think positive advice fails, because it ignores how the brain actually works. You don't overpower thoughts. You outgrow them through awareness. Your emotions don't come from events. They come from interpretation. 2 people experience the same situation. One feels motivated. The other feels defeated. What changed? The thought. And once an emotion is created, the body treats it as real. Your heart rate changes. Your posture changes. Your breathing changes. The body doesn't know if a threat is real or imagined. It only knows what the mind repeats. Most people don't suffer because of thoughts. They suffer because they believe, "This thought is me." But thoughts are learned responses. They come from past experiences, environment, repetition, emotional memory. You didn't consciously choose most of them, yet you live as if you did. The moment you see a thought as something you have, not something you are, its power weakens. Positive thinking tries to replace thoughts, but the nervous system resists what feels fake. If your body feels anxious, and your mind says everything is fine, there's conflict. Awareness resolves conflict. Instead of forcing a new thought, you notice the old one. And when a pattern is noticed without judgment, it begins to dissolve. Thoughts don't control your life by themselves. They control your life because you follow them unconsciously. The power isn't in the thought. The power is in the obedience. The moment you pause before reacting, the pattern weakens. That pause is where freedom lives. Try this today. For one full day, don't change your thoughts. Just notice which thoughts repeat, which thoughts trigger emotion, which thoughts lead to action. No judgment, no correction, just awareness. That alone begins rewiring attention. Change doesn't happen when you think harder. It happens when you see clearer. When you stop feeding old thought patterns, they lose momentum. Not because you fought